Hey guys, this is Julian of Julian Gray Media. Welcome to the Julian Gray Podcast. This is the second episode. Today we have Nitro Fun and Venon, and they are Gus and Alberto, as you see on the screen here if you're watching the video version. Say hi, guys.
Hey, what up?
And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself so we kind of get the audience hip to what you guys do, and I've known you forever, so they probably don't. Alberto, you go first.
Well, my name is Alberto. I'm 21. I make mostly dubstep, robot music. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I do. How about you guys?
I hope we can get each other really well. Fucking nerd.
I also play video games a lot.
He also is he makes dubstep, and he has recordings on Impossible Records, KJ Saka's label, and Warpaint. And then we have Mr. Gus.
Yo. Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay. My name is Gus. I like Pokemon. I play the guitar, and I cry a lot.
Yo, shred that shit, bro. play shit Child of Mine. Yeah.
Copyright alert.
There's your intro right there for the video. Just Gus playing Sweet Child of Mine.
Dude. Who knew Nitro Fun was a guitarist, dude?
Yeah, man. Killing it.
Hard as fuck, man.
Basically the hardest song he's ever written. So what DAW are you guys in? Like what is your go-to DAW? What are your favorite plugins? Tell me about your music writing process.
Well, I'm on Ableton pretty much, 99.9% of the time. I do have Logic. I use Logic for vocals and stuff like that. Yeah, mostly on Ableton because it's the best, in my opinion, for producing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, can't go wrong with that shit. And then I use Serum 100% of the time. I have Massive and other.
Me too. I'm definitely a Serum guy. I have a lot of friends who do other plugins, but
dude, it's so good. Seriously, it's so good.
I only use Serum.
Yeah.
Now you know the secret.
For everything.
Serum, and you're in Ableton, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alberto was telling me that he really hates Massive.
Oh yeah, I do.
I'm not a big fan of Massive either.
It's
When it was the standard back
in. It's not fun at all.
2014, I was all Massive before Serum came out, and then Serum kind of wiped the table with it. How long have you been producing, Gus? Because I know you're a young dude.
Wait, what?
How long have you been producing?
Sorry, I'm eating popcorn. I started when I was 14. So that was almost six years ago.
So your first release was when? How old were you?
Well, I mean, I was 14, but my first big release, my first release with Monstercat was when I was 15.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So are you? I guess you are the old or the youngest artist ever to release with Monstercat, or definitely close.
I think there are a couple more guys who are 15 to something like that.
Yeah, but you are definitely one of the youngest for sure.
Yeah, I guess.
That's something you got to be proud of. And how old are you now?
I'm 19 and I'm turning 20 in March.
There you go. And then Alberto, you're 22?
21.
21.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, no, I'll be 21 in April.
Legal squad.
I'm not legal.
Yo, Alberto.
What?
What's 9 plus 10?
9 plus 10? 19?
No, man, you're wrong.
What do you mean?
Come on, bro.
9 plus 10?
9 plus
You
10
don't know
is
this
21,
meme?
dude.
No.
Dang, bro.
Sorry, my meme game's weak as fuck.
Meme
I'm
game,
sorry, guys.
meme game week, dude.
Meme game weak as fuck.
Gus is the best meme game I think of the three of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real. Nitro meme.
Nitro,
I am
engage
Nitro
the
meme.
edge
Nitro.
lord. I am the edge lord here.
He is the edge lord and the Nitro engager. They keep saying that I look like Filthy Frank.
Oh yeah,
I don't
you do.
agree with.
Damn.
And our friend Thomas Frosty, we like to make fun that he looks like Michael Cera, which he does.
And the first time I met Gus and Alberto, we went to their house and they literally thought we were Filthy Frank and Michael Cera.
I mean, I didn't literally think it. Like, I thought you guys looked like them, but I was like, nah, it can't be.
It can't be.
He can't be.
Yeah,
Oh my
these
God,
guys
Michael
are
Cera!
like the cheap knockups.
Yeah, we're the discount Michael Cera and Filthy Frank.
Yeah. Like,
And you guys are like not the only person that's ever said that to me. Like, there's been a few fan memes where it's like Joji. It's like I love Joji, and it's like a picture of me instead of Filthy Frank.
but yo, I love Filthy Frank. I think that guy's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like,
Who
Yeah.
are your favorite like YouTubers? Do you guys do YouTube? Watch YouTube?
yeah, I watch a lot of no, because I'm also a guitar player, so like I
Yeah.
watch a lot of like YouTubers, like like Rob Scallon and like Bruce Ryan and guys like that. They're just like
I
guitar.
don't know. I have no idea who you're talking about, man.
They're guitar players and like they do like crazy shit with their guitars and like they just talk about it. Like this guy Rob Scallon, he just like he recorded his metal band through a like old school like 1900s.
You know what? I
recorder
actually
and,
have
like,
seen
put
that
it up on
video.
YouTube.
Yeah, where they recorded to like a
You're a fucking nerd.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's cool shit. I mean, it's kind
It's
of
pretty cool.
guitar nerd shit. Like you. Oh, look at you, bro. You look like fucking Slash right now.
Gus is Slash.
I'm actually
Guns
I'm
N'
actually
Roses
trying to
Ghost
put this
Rider.
guitar away.
Yeah.
There's this really wicked video of Venon or Alberto like playing with Steve Vai.
Oh yeah, that was.
We
pretty
gotta
sick.
link that in the description of this podcast.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like, I've been a huge fan of his like since I was a little kid. Like,
Same.
literally, I
Right.
was like 12 when I found out about Steve, and like, he's just a big hero. of
He's
mine,
one of
dude.
my dad's heroes, so it kind of rubbed off on me. Yeah.
Right, it's kind of weird because you had all these like old school dudes in the audience, like just like with their arms crossed.
Yeah.
staring at me playing.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, dude, I was like shaking before I went on stage.
Oh,
was
yeah, I
like,
can
fuck,
imagine.
What if I fuck up? Like
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna kick you up, man.
It's like Steve Vai has like
my
an
ass.
eternal judgment of you now. It's like,
right.
who is this kid?
and then he
I pulled it
thought
off.
You were his son.
Yeah, he said I looked like his son, Julian. Which his name's Julian too, by the way.
Oh man, that's legit. My dad is
Yeah,
Mr. Bill.
it was awesome, dude. I had a blast.
So like, what's like the most proud thing that you guys have ever done, like in your music career? I guess that has to be like one of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, what are you most proud of?
The fact that I was able to like find my sound, because I feel like a lot of producers struggle with that, and I'm not sure if I'm like 100% unique, but like I do have this sound that
I think you
know,
can say
I'm
that
proud
about,
of it,
Yeah.
It took me like a year to figure it out, my sound.
Yeah, you
and, like,
kind of just took a year and to sit back and figure out.
Yeah, dude,
you
it was
as a
like
musician. Yeah, I did a
it
similar.
was
thing in,
painful.
like,
Not gonna lie, it was painful.
Yeah.
I
I did a similar thing in like 2016. There's like one release that year for me, but it was just me like playing around with different styles and stuff, and I think I've found something that I personally enjoy. Right.
Yeah,
now.
and that makes me like really proud because I don't want to be just another copy. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I think that applies to Gus too. Like he does a ton of different genres, but he definitely has a staple. It's like a signature sound.
I'm proud of. That's like one of my proudest things too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I like the fact that I'm not like I'm not like restricting myself to one genre.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like experimenting with a lot of stuff.
Right.
And
But at the end of the day, it still sounds like Nitro fun.
Right.
I'm also like glad that for like some of my new stuff, I'm not like following like what's the word? Like I'm trying to not like follow formulas.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to break formulas, and I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's something I've always liked about your stuff. It's it's unique stylistically, but it's always been kind of your own thing. I like that.
Because it's like, fuck the rules, man.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck the police.
So, Gus, I have a question for you. How do you feel about Monstercat, and how did you kind of get in that door? And who else is your like favorite artist on the label right now? Obviously, besides yourself.
Besides you, who's your favorite?
Okay, so let's separate that into 3 separate questions. So the first one is how I feel about Monstercat.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think they're doing some pretty cool stuff. I mean, they're probably like the biggest label right now.
I would definitely agree with that, yeah.
Like in the scene that we're in. So
The electronic
that's a
scene,
cool
they
thing.
kind of do spearhead it, yeah.
So they're like doing some pretty cool stuff in like that aspect,
Okay, second question,
And-
how did you
Yeah.
get involved? You're obviously really young when it happened. Tell us that story.
Well, they made this remix competition for this song by Televisor, which is called Old School,
Mm-hmm.
and I won it. So I just kept sending them demos, and they liked them. So
what was your first original over there?
it was New Game.
There you go.
I think you told me it was like the first thing you heard of me, right?
Yeah, before I met Gus, actually, I had heard that song like a few years beforehand. And I didn't put 2 and 2 together that it was his until like a little bit after.
Right.
And
No,
then
it
I'm
is
sure-
a great track.
No, it's a classic. It's one of my favorite things.
Nitro
Monstercat's
Fun
put out.
classic. You should make a greatest hits. Album,
Greatest
bro.
hits Nitro Fun album
You're like
with like all of your discography.
Legacy Act, Nitro Fun, greatest hits.
So then, yeah, the third
Yeah.
question: who is your favorite
And
over
then
there
we-
right now
We
besides?
can sell it for like $10.
Yeah.
Wait, what's up?
So the third question is like, who is your favorite artist over at Monstercat right now, besides yourself? Or yeah.
I like the stuff that Gamma is putting out.
Gamma, that's classic.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I really quite like Karma Fields.
I mean,
That's very interesting stuff.
yeah, he's got a cool.
Very cool
What's that going
aesthetic.
on?
It's not really Monstercat-y. And I'm really good friends with the what's his face, Craig, Bad Computer.
that?
Bad Computer.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
he's doing cool stuff too. What about you, Alberto?
he-
Who's your favorite on Monstercat?
I'm gonna say Pegboard Nerds.
Classic, obviously.
Dude, like just listen to the productions. It's like
Legendary. Yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing.
they pioneered
well, they've been at it for a while, so
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And
But
then,
yeah, and
it's kind of unfair.
yeah, they
Bro,
have an
Marshmallow
unfair
is my
advantage.
favorite
It's like
artist from Monstercat.
yeah, it's like Dead Mouse on Mousetrap. Like nobody's gonna stand to them. So okay, what are some of your favorite songs of all time, or favorite albums or releases or what have you?
For me,
Yeah.
Yeah, go first, guys.
Well, like outside of Monstercat.
Anywhere.
Okay, so
Putting you on the spot.
I mean,
Green Day.
if I had to pick like a top 5 of like my most influential albums, well, I don't know if I can count 5 right now, but I like The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
Classic.
I like American Idiot by Green Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Worlds by Porter Robinson.
I think that's in everyone's as of late.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like
It's a new album, but it's just too good. Too
yeah,
influential.
exactly. I like Pretty Odd by Panic at the Disco.
Dang, that's actually one of my favorite albums of all time.
The new one.
Pretty Odd. It's like
Okay.
second or third album.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
It's pretty old too, yeah. I actually did a video. I think it's coming out next week. If you're watching this podcast, it'll probably already be out. On my top 10 favorite artists of all time, and I mentioned Panic at the Disco, and that's my favorite Panic album. So, or
Well,
one of them. Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Yes, sir.
I know the singer's great. Like
Oh,
he
Brennan,
posts
you're
like
right.
Yeah,
vines,
dude.
like he's posts like
I
vines
was-
and shit. And I used to watch his stuff, and like he's great. Like
He's one. I think
Dude,
objectively.
I was like,
What was that, Gus?
I was saying that. I was watching like, I mean, just like listening to his songs and like listening to his voice is like, he's probably like my biggest inspiration to sing right now.
Same for me too.
He's just like
You know,
too good.
have you ever seen the
Yeah.
comparison videos on YouTube of like all the pop punk singers? Like he's objectively one of the best in the world in terms of male vocalists because of his range. It's insane.
yeah, he can do like the super poppy stuff, but he can also do like the super like hardcore.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
He can like
super-
literally scream, and that's very unique for that style of voice. He's like a what do they call that? A tenor?
That dude is a huge stoner.
Really? I know nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, he used to make these live streams.
Mm-hmm.
of
Is he
him
from
rolling
LA?
blunts and shit.
Is he from LA?
He
I
lives
don't know
here.
if he's from LA, but I'm pretty sure he lives in California.
He lives in LA now. He wrote a song in his latest album about LA, actually, but I don't think he was from here initially. Most people
Right.
aren't.
True.
This is where you move.
That's that's true. Like
Yeah.
most people like that. I mean,
Except,
here,
you know,
they're like-
Skrillex.
yeah, you know, I'm from Orlando.
Yeah.
You know,
And I'm from
I moved out
DC.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved out here about like a year and a half ago.
I'm probably like right there with you. Maybe 2 years
Yeah.
ago. No, for me.
Yeah, and then that's how I met Gus.
Yeah.
I had just moved to LA, and then we had mutual friends and stuff. So that's how we met.
I think I first met you via Thomas Riccardi, Frosty.
Frosty.
That's so
Shout out
crazy.
to Frosty.
Shout out to Frosty. Yeah, go check him out. He's a cool YouTuber. Does really
Yeah.
awesome sound design stuff.
I love that kid.
No, he's an awesome
Dude,
kid.
I
Yeah.
really do.
So, Alberto, what about you? Like your top 5 albums or songs?
Well, I come from like metal,
Yeah.
so like I'm gonna say like Slipknot's Iowa
Do
record.
you come from metal or do you come to metal?
Both. Both simultaneously.
Yeah, you should see me in a metal show. Like I'm just coming all over myself.
Yeah, dude. So, Slipknot.
But yeah, Slipknot, Iowa, and then I love you know, the classics like, you know, Iron Maiden and
Yeah.
Cuz of my dad was my dad still is a huge metalhead, so like
Yeah,
he introduced
yeah.
me to like all these like classic stuff. Like
Oh, my dad, too.
Classic bands growing up. Yeah.
I definitely grew up with that. My mom was into industrial stuff, and my dad was
Nice.
into like classic rock and metal. So like, got this really interesting parallel of electronic music and rock in my family.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Like, same. I grew up like listening to that stuff, so you know. But you know, I like bands like, you know, Suicide Silence and what else do I listen to? You know, like, you know, I'm mostly listening to like, you know, like
I actually find myself like
the extreme stuff. You know?
I find myself right now listening to more, you know, other stuff other than electronic music than I do electronic music. Like,
same.
Occasionally,
It's
like, but like most of the time it's jazz or rock or alternative. Never really. I don't really go to Spotify and put on a dance music playlist, you know.
Right, cause like we produce it, you know. So like,
so we're constantly listening to it.
Yeah, every day, you know, hours and hours a day when we produce our tracks, we are listening to like, you know, to EDM. So like, you know, when I'm like taking a break to just listen to music as a music fan.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I just
and also I think kind of can inspire, you know, different things in your music when you collect different ideas from other genres. Like, I mean, even Gus was saying like pop punk largely is different than dance music. So if you're listening to pop punk, you might collect an idea from their writing styles. For sure.
Fuck dance music anyways.
Yeah. So how did you guys get into electronic music then, coming from this rock background?
I don't know, man. I hate it. I'm just
straight up.
I mean, I started listening to Skrillex in like, I think it was like 2012.
There you go. That's how a lot of people started.
I don't know, man. He's so good.
Yeah, Skrillex was pretty cool.
Or at least he was. No, I'm just kidding. I'm cut that out. I can't criticize Sonny. He's the best.
Skrillex is good. He's an absolute legend. I can actually say that I was a fan of electronic music right before Skrillex. I'd say like 2007, or I'm sorry, 2008 or 9, when Deadmau5 was first like at his peak. So I actually got to watch the rise of Skrillex, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, that's sick.
Yeah. What about you, Alberto?
Well, coming from like
how did you come from Steve Vai to Skrillex?
Yeah, so like, you know, I wasn't really, you know, aware of like EDM, you know. Like I knew Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, like, you know.
Yeah.
That was like, you know, that album was kind of, you know,
the
big
pinnacle
enough
of
that
yeah.
But the moment I decided to start making electronic music was when I saw Skrillex live.
That was whenever I see like
to,
my idols
Ultra.
live.
I went to Ultra, you know.
Damn, dude.
And I saw Sunny.
I always wished I could go to like the big festivals and stuff, but I couldn't for two main reasons. Number one is that when I started like listening to electronic music, the electronic scene in Mexico wasn't as big as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like we didn't get like any good like electronic shows, you know.
Yeah.
Like Skrillex came here one time, but I couldn't go because I didn't have any money.
Oh man.
Like, we usually used to get artists like fucking Stevie Aoki or, you know.
Sure.
So like, how is
artists that like I didn't really listen to.
Is the age an issue in Mexico, or is the age restrictions there like significantly more lenient?
I mean, I don't want to like talk bad about my country, but like it's not as like what's the word, as restrictive as it is in the US.
So it's very like lenient for
It's very laxed.
Yeah. Okay.
In that term.
No, that's cool.
But
I mean, that can be a good and bad thing, right? Yeah.
Wait, what?
That can be a good and bad thing in the end, you know.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in the music.
The good thing is that I could get to DJ in like clubs and stuff. The bad thing is that some people can like get lost in the alcohol.
For sure, at a young age too.
At a young age,
Yeah. Did you have any issue playing? I guess did you play much here when you lived in LA?
Can you repeat the question?
Did you have any issue playing when you were living here in LA, or did you not play much here?
I didn't really play at all.
No?
I was just there to like
Take it in.
Just hanging out.
I mean
Yeah.
just to see like how it was to like be there, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did play a show and I invited him to do a back-to-back with me.
Mhm.
Then, yeah.
Oh
we
yeah.
did that. Yeah. It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, it's very cool.
Ooh, I just scored a nice goal.
Gus is over here playing FIFA while on podcast.
Yeah, dude.
So Alberto, you released on Impossible Records, KJ Saka's label. What do you think of KJ?
Dude, I love that guy. He's so like cool and humble, and he's a great drummer, dude. Like,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
dude, like his chops are insane.
Yeah, and I've hung out with him a few times. We did that Collab Alliance project a little while back, but like every time it's like coolest, chillest guy, most approachable person.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a drummer too, but like that guy, like he's.
Oh my God, he's a
You
madman.
know what I'm saying?
And it's always in the
He
back
what?
of your head too, like
Yeah, you know,
this
if
guy.
you just watch one of his
This
YouTube
guy
videos,
is
like
freaking Pendulum's
shredding
drummer.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. You know KJ
Oh, dude.
Saka, Gus?
Who?
KJ Saka.
KJ Saka,
No.
drummer for
You're
Pendulum.
missing out, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Pendulum.
Yeah, no, it's the Pendulum drummer and it's also the Destroyed drummer.
Yeah, and Destroyed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a very cool guy. And he owns the label that has released Alberto's things.
Oh,
Yeah.
he told me about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I did a collab with Sal, my friend who goes by
Holy shit.
By what?
Basecraft.
Okay.
Yeah, Sal. He lives in San Diego, and yeah, we just did this collab, and we were signed to Warpaint Records,
Mm-hmm.
but then Warpaint was doing this it was a collaboration album thing with
Yeah.
Impossible.
So
they
yeah.
were like, hey, you guys want to release this on Impossible as well?
So it's
So
like
we were like,
a
yeah,
dual
sure.
release, basically.
And then
yes.
we put it out as both Warpaint and Impossible Records, kind of like a.
I was gonna release some stuff with Impossible, but my stuff is never heavy enough for a KJ.
But yeah, and then I got to meet KJ, and then we
Yeah.
hung out, and we
Absolutely.
had sushi, and yeah, it was
So-
a great time, and
So what would you guys say are like your favorite collaborative projects that you've worked on, like with other artists? Gus.
All of the people I've collabed with are gonna hate me for the answer,
Okay.
but let me think, because I actually don't know.
Because you've done a lot of collaborative stuff, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done a bunch of them. But anyways, I think my favorite collab that I made was with Hyper Potions.
Yeah.
The track Checkpoint.
That's a classic too. Monstercat classic.
Well, because we had like I don't know, like we had like really similar influences.
Similar styles,
like-
music. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so it was pretty cool.
yeah. What about you, Alberto?
It was like cookies and milk.
Oh yeah,
You
for
feel
sure.
me?
Yeah, that's the best kind of collaboration too. Like when you have two really compatible writers,
right.
or two people who aren't exactly the same but like are incompatible styles. It's really interesting.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that's the best. Like just when you're not doing for like exposure or anything like that, you
It's
just doing
just for
like,
music, right?
Yeah, you and your homie getting together to write a sick track, basically.
Yeah.
Like when it's like naturally like
That was like our thing.
When you
with,
do it
when
for
you
the
fall.
vine.
yeah.
What?
He's saying
What?
he did it for the vine.
When you're not doing it for the vine.
Doing it for the vine.
That's
Yeah,
like
man,
my
you gotta
thing
do it
with
for the vine.
the Collab Alliance was largely just cool music. It's like 10 of us working on a song. It was the most ridiculous thing ever. It was just
That
really
sounds
cool
pretty
music
fun.
vibes because it's like, and the thing is, it was completely uncompatible music too. Like Seamless does like really weird sound design stuff, and Mr. Bill's like a glitch guy, and then I'm like progressive house techno, and then Slink is like funk. So it's like, and then KJ Saka is like whatever KJ does. So it's like
he's a genius.
That's
like,
another
if you watch
cool
his YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like,
that's another cool way to collab when you have two completely unrelated styles.
right.
And seeing what comes of it, that's another cool way I think to collab.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you just do it for fun more than like, you know,
Yeah.
more than anything else.
That's the best way I think to do it.
Yeah.
Nah, man. The best way to do it is when you do it for the money and fame.
Yeah, bro, you gotta do it for the money and fame, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm only collabing with you for clout.
Buy a Ferrari with that shit, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Huh?
Buy a Ferrari with that shit.
True.
And then crash it and then buy another Ferrari.
Just gotta write it down, dude.
Like Afrojack?
Like,
Afrojack. Did he do that?
yeah, it was a
I
big
think so.
thing like a few years ago.
Oh, man. Well, he's Afrojack, whatever.
Afro.
He can buy like 10 Ferraris.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn.
So you guys have any like really cool music stories that has happened to you over the years of being in this ridiculous industry?
I could tell you a bunch, but I won't.
He won't do it. He's keeping those Monstercat secrets. The secret to a Monstercat release.
The secrets nobody knows.
Nah, it doesn't even have to do with Monstercat. I know.
The secret to Gus's heart.
I know a bunch of things, man. I've seen some shit. You know? Well, there's a story of like, before I played my biggest show, I was supposed to bring my controller,
Yeah.
like my DJ controller, to the venue, and I forgot it at the hotel.
I remember that.
And the hotel was like 40 minutes away. So I sent Alberto to get it. And he got the controller and then came back to the venue like 10 minutes before I was gonna play.
Yeah,
Jesus
dude.
Christ. Is that the
Made
arena
it
show?
right on time, bro. And he was freaking like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, there were like fucking 10,000 people there, man.
Was that the
It was
arena
crazy.
show?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. And like, he was like, he didn't want to use CDJs. Like, they had like $10,000 CDJ set up, like ready to go.
He just
And
brings
he was
his,
like,
mix
bro, I need
track
my
pro on
controller,
there.
bro. I need my $200 controller to play this massive arena show.
You guys are telling me like he didn't hype it up at all, and you guys were like, Alberto was really confused about the scale of this show.
Oh yeah.
He was
I
like,
mean, I didn't know what to expect, man. Like, to be honest.
And then
Yeah,
you,
the way
he
you
put
get
it,
to
it
the
was just
venue
like
and there's
another
like
show,
10,000
you know?
people there.
I really didn't know what to expect.
yeah,
Like, it was kind of a surprise for me as well.
dude.
You like walk
Yeah,
out
like-
and it's like, holy crap.
He was like, bro, you should come down and hang out with me here in Mexico. I'm playing a gig in a couple weeks, you know? I was like, yeah, sure, you know? Like, it didn't sound like a big deal, like, you know? But then I fucking get there and, like, it's a fucking 10,000, like, seat arena. And I was like, okay.
Okay,
You
guys.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nitro Fun's pulling the big
She was
bucks,
crazy.
dude.
Nitro from what?
Pulling the big bucks venues.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then I got his controller. And then...
Yeah.
I
What
saved
controller
his
was
ass.
it?
I saved your ass, bro.
You did, man.
What controller do you run, Gus?
It's a Pioneer DDJ something.
Oh, it's like one of those Serato controllers? Yeah, I
man.
think I've got the exact same one. Like, laying on my shelf.
No way.
Yep.
Nice. And he brought his drums, too. He played drums live and shit.
You did?
Yeah. And
That's
and
pretty
a
cool.
keyboard.
Now, are they
It wasn't like a
MIDI
real
drums
drum,
or
it
are
was
they
like
like
electronic,
actual
but like
drums?
still, you know, he was
Yeah.
just like jamming to the track. It was Pretty awesome.
Do you play like
So
real
props,
drums
Gus.
or is it MIDI drums?
Those were MIDI drums, but since then, I got a Roland Octopad,
Mm-hmm.
which is the one you can see here.
Yeah. We totally can't
I've
see
only
that.
played that in one of my shows, which didn't go very well,
Mhm.
but it's fine.
So are you MIDI triggering through like Ableton or something like that with that?
Not anymore, because this thing has like really nice, just like sounds and stuff.
Mhm.
So I don't really need like Ableton.
Yeah, I know like KJ Saka swears by one of those things where he's triggering in Ableton
Right.
via one of those, and then he
Yeah,
has that.
that's
with
what I
his
used to
kit.
do,
Yeah.
but not anymore.
I had no idea you played drums.
Well,
Man, I gotta step it up.
yeah, man.
What do you play, Julian?
I play nothing. I play a little bit of piano, and
You play Serum, bro.
I play Serum. I'm actually 8 years classically trained on trumpet,
Oh, damn.
but it's pretty
Serum?
useless for what I do.
Then you do play something then.
I do, like, I understand theory and stuff, but like I don't play any practical instruments, so it doesn't really help me much.
What about keys? Like, do
I
you,
play
like,
a
know
little
about-
bit of piano. Like, I only know how to play piano because I understand theory,
Yeah.
but I can't like just like.
Like, play fucking
It can
Mozart.
be Beethoven.
Yeah, yeah. Gus, do you play keys?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I can play some Zelda songs.
There you go. You got that. How do you write your melodies? I guess you key them in like Ableton. You draw them.
Yeah, I actually just like jam sometimes and
Mm-hmm.
come up with stuff.
Yeah, I actually largely write my melodies out on a piano, and then I record it in. Some people draw them all. How about you, Alberto?
Well, I don't play piano at all. I suck at it.
Mm.
So, like, you know, you guys are probably better than me at that.
But when you're writing your chord progressions and stuff, it's all.
I just
penciled
pick
in?
up my guitar and
Okay.
I start jamming. Yeah, because I'm a
That's
guitar
cool.
player as well.
Okay, so you actually write your chords out on guitar.
Yeah,
And then
I
translate it.
transcribe it to the piano roll.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and so all my melodies, they're all, you know, they were
That's-
all written on guitar.
That's like the
I
one.
do that sometimes.
Yeah, that's the one thing I
Yeah.
really don't understand about guitar is like how I never could wrap my head around how the chords work.
Right.
It's very interesting.
But, you know, I've been playing since I was, like, 11, you know, so, like, it's, like, second nature right now at this point.
It's really ironic,
Yeah,
actually.
I started pretty young too. It was like the first instrument that I picked up as well.
Yeah,
Right?
it's pretty.
You know, because, like, when you're a kid, you're not like, hey, I want to be a producer, you know, like you want to pick up a guitar and you want to fucking rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
for sure.
Like,
yeah. It's really ironic because my dad was a guitar teacher, and I never
Yeah.
got into it. Never.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
did
like
not
I
know
was
that.
around guitars my whole life. I have like 15 guitars in my house, back in my old place in Maryland where I used to live, and
Right.
I never learned guitar. Really interesting.
Yeah. Like, you know, is he like a blues guy or like rock? and
Blues, jazz,
kinda guy?
funk, yeah, rock,
roll?
yeah,
Yeah. Nice, dude.
classic.
You know, you should give it a shot. It's fun.
I have a guitar. I'm not gonna get it, but it's like right here. It's like I've been kind of plucking away at it, but like it's
Yeah.
not something I'm like really good at.
Yeah, the only instrument that I played that like I literally don't know anything like theory wise is drums.
Drums, yeah.
Like I play drums in a very like punk rock way,
Mhm.
you know.
Well, drum theory is very different
What?
from, most instruments.
What do you mean?
It's like I don't know drumming theory. Like I do like basic,
Mm-hmm.
but you know when I'm playing drums to a track, I'm just like in
Yeah.
my own groove kind of thing, you know, like.
Drum theory is
Okay.
very different from other theory.
Yeah, it's more like out of the heart kind of
It's-
drumming
it's-
thing.
it-
You know?
well, it's
like Dave Grohl,
syncopation,
kind of like
you know?
like very like punk rock. Kind
Like if you look at drum music, it's all just syncopation. It's not
right.
melody.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It's I think melodic, like actual theory is way harder.
yeah, because you take everything about the drums and then you apply it to notes as well.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know, like, rudiments and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, well, you can take like
paradiddles and, like,
Ableton
stuff like
ideas
that.
and apply them to theory, and it's really easy. Like eighth note, quarter note, dotted half note, or whatever.
Right.
Those sort of things apply to music sheet. You just have to know how it transcribes.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, I want to learn it at some point, but right now,
Yeah, I can read monophonic sheet. Like if it's one note at a time, I can play it. But that's
Right.
because of the trumpet. Like trumpet's a monophonic instrument, so like there's only one voice. But if I'm looking at chords, I'm completely bamboozled. I can't play chords on piano while reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I played piano a little bit because of Icon, because I went to Icon.
Yeah.
And, like,
You
they
and
make you
everyone.
take piano classes and stuff, which I
Remember when I did your homework for you?
Oh yeah, you did my homework for me once for Icon, cause like seriously, man, I sucked at piano, bro. Like cause like I come from like punk rock and metal.
Yeah.
Like I'm very like hype, so like it's hard for me to sit down and like just play the piano,
Yeah.
like and
For
they were
sure.
making us like learn like fucking Mozart type of shit, like.
Oh yeah. I can imagine.
So I was like, Gus, help me out, bro.
Dude, it was some real easy shit, man.
It was easy for you, man.
Yeah.
It was easy for you, but like, it was just tough.
I mean, I'm just saying it's not like Mozart level.
Yeah.
But like guitar wise, like I know like
Yeah,
I mean, you're
better
playing
than
with
me.
Steve Vai, so like.
yeah.
You're better than me at guitar.
Yeah.
But like theory is all the same, like piano and guitar, like theory is theory.
Yeah, once you see the
Yeah,
note.
but like playing it,
But playing it, yeah, that's the hard part.
I don't have the skills that you have.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
So Gus, did you do music school, Gus, or was it just self-taught everything?
I mean, fuck school.
Yeah.
I follow my own rules.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was the same way.
Fuck rules. Fuck the
Self-taught.
police.
But do you know like drumming theory, Gus? I never asked you that.
I was taking lessons for a little bit, so I know how like to read like drum sheets and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I think if you can read regular sheet, you can read drum music
Yeah, exactly. And
Right.
it's like way easier. Like trust me.
because the syncopation's all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
On the notes, it's just reading the chords and stuff is when it gets into the more difficult
Right.
stuff.
Are you guys good at sight reading?
I can sight read
A
on
what?
trumpet.
Can you sight read on trumpet?
Yeah.
Man, that's kind of hard.
That's like
Yeah,
it.
I can't do that. I used to be able to when I was little,
Yeah.
but then I just stopped doing it because I didn't need
Yeah, for sure.
it.
I
Yeah.
spent like a whole summer, like when I was a kid, trying to like get good at sight reading, but I became mediocre at best.
So you can just see music and read and play.
I just play the laptop now. You feel me?
Yeah. I've become less and less about theory and
Yeah.
more about just, well, I mean, it leaks into my music every once in a while, like, different syncopations and stuff, but
That's cool.
that's it's not like notation,
Right.
Yeah. It's the rhythmic theory is still there, but not like the drawing out the actual sheet score or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can do with guitar tabs. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
Like,
I can actually read tabs pretty well, but that's like really obviously visual.
yeah. That's funny. You can read tabs, but you can't play it.
I can tune a guitar. I can read tabs, and like it takes me a second, but I can like play the chord, but I can't like play the full progression. It's really hard for me.
Damn.
I'm working on it though. I'm practicing guitar because I love the tone of acoustic guitar.
Right.
But it's just I can't play it, so it kind of
Oh.
doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Damn, Julian Gray.
Julian Gray,
You need to step up your game.
you have to engage Nitro.
Step
Nitro
it up,
boy.
Julian.
Yeah.
Step it up, man.
Gotta step up my game, dudes. I'm gonna
Like
be
Slash.
shredding on progressive house music.
Playing behind your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we can wrap up this podcast episode. If you guys want to check out Nitro Fun or Venon, which is Gus and Alberto, make sure to do so in the description of the video or the podcast if you're watching on SoundCloud or
Yo, you wanna hear me rap?
Apple. Yes, we want to hear you rap before we close.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on.
Like an outro.
Let me get a beat. Wait. I will do anything for some peace of mind. Can stop thinking about you, but I'm sure you will come back. For now, I keep writing bars. See, even when life takes me, happiness is real. It doesn't matter if you fake it. Your life is as good as you make it. And that's all I got.
Dude.
for
Exclusive
watching, guys.
Nitro
Mexican
Fun
A&M.
rap. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check out these artists in the description below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Fuck you.